In this video, we're going to make a retro sunset t-shirt design, and these sell super well on Etsy. Pretty much everything retro sells on Etsy, but these are also making their way in sales on Amazon Merch or Redbubble or places like that. So let's see how easy it is to do in Kittl. Let's get started. All right, over here in the Elements category, in the Elements panel, we have some new illustrations and sunsets here in Ocean Beach category. So you can already see some of these retro style sunsets. Some of them have 5 blocks, some of them have 4, some of them have 7. There's a bunch of different styles in here in terms of the amount of distance in between each little block and things like that. And you can use them in a variety of ways, and we also have a bunch of other beach illustrations like surfers, we have palm trees, we have full-on style, we have full-on scenes in the retro sunset style, like this one right here, for example. If I click this in and scale it up, all of this is vector, and you can see all of the colors over on the right panel. But this could be used in tandem with a mask. For example, a lot of the retro sunset schemes for shirts are in a circle, and so we can just add this mask here, send it to the back, and then I can just drag the image over into the mask, and boom, look at that. I have this amazing scene clipped to a circle, which is perfect for a t-shirt. Then I can double click in and move it around, and of course go up here and change my colors. Maybe you don't want so many colors printed on your shirt, then you can go up there and adjust it that way. Now, what we're going to do is go back and start with one of the retro sunset circles that we already have pre-ready to go. I'm going to use this one right here, and I've already added colors that are off the artboard over on the side, and so when I click on one of these, you can see down there I have more document colors because I've already pre-made a document palette that I want. And then what I'm going to do is use one of these newer wave illustrations, and you can see that they have been curved so that they fit the placement of things like circles. We developed these in mind so that they play nicely with these circular retro sunset schemes. So with these waves, you could add multiple on top of each other. Then of course we can go up here and change the color to make it the same color as the rest of the scheme. I'm gonna go for kind of like a 90s retro, like almost Miami Vice style color scheme and kind of style design. We also have these nice circular sun and water ocean settings here, which play really nicely with the circular sunsets. And then we're going to put this little surfer guy right here, and because the illustration style is the same, when I change the colors of the waves, you can't even tell that it's a separate illustration. Now I've put this together, I've created this little scene, and it works perfectly with the rest of the scene that's happening right here. I'm just going to change my colors to make sure everything is playing super nicely together. I don't want to get super out of hand with a ton of colors. I'm going to use this palm tree right here and put it here just on the skyline there where the sun is setting, and then I'm going to add some flowers to continue to frame the rest of my scene here. So I want to fill the overall circular space, so we had some space there on the left. Hey, real quick, if you're getting value out of this retro sunset t-shirt tutorial, let me know by hitting the thumbs up button, and then let me know down in the comments, what do you think of this style and how do you see yourself designing a t-shirt with a retro sunset? Are you going to use more typography? Are you going to use more beach elements? Would super be curious to know how you're going to use the retro sunsets, so comment down below and let's get back to the tutorial. And I think just adding some of these florals around this little palm tree island in the background fits really well. I'm just going to tweak some colors, and then I'm going to add some clouds because I want to continue to show that it's like it's kind of like in the evening, maybe not super late, but again, that kind of like Miami vibes when it's like the sun is setting and everything is really colorful. I'm going to use some of these clouds right here and duplicate them, make sure I just put them behind the palm tree there, lift them up so that it makes sense. Then I'm going to add some text, which you can do, by the way, by hitting the T button. And I'm going to pick one of these kind of retro scripty fonts, and this may be more just regular script, but when we put it in context with the rest of this, it really fits that kind of older retro scene. I'm going to put some drop shadow on this, and we're gonna go with let's catch some waves, of course, as our text. But as you can see, as I start putting some shadow and changing some colors here to match the rest of the scheme, it really fits that old style retro vibe. And so what we're gonna do is hit the wave effect so that I can really make this work with the rest of the circular design. This kind of, we're working with a lot of organic shapes right here fitting in the circle. Then I'm gonna choose one of the adventurer fonts for catch some. So I've got let's catch some waves, and then for waves I'm going to use that script font, and then I'm going to just tweak the placement right here, making sure that I create some depth, maybe some extra interest, like adjusting where the waves are in perspective with the waves. So I'm going to put the waves kind of tucked behind them. I'm going to even bring the palm tree here to the front, and then I'm just going to tweak where the position and the anchor points of waves so that you can read everything better. Of course, you can already tell it says let's catch some waves, but if we just move some things around, we want to make sure the quote that's on our t-shirt is easy to read. So now once we feel like that whole circular scene is filled out, we can add some grunge texture, some of these halftones that I think really complete the full vibe here. Of course, if you mess up like I did just there, you can hit Command Z, and then we can change this to maybe our darker purple, and I'm going to put this halftone, these dotted halftones behind the surfer here to make it look like there's some shadow here, maybe underneath his board. Of course, you can tweak this. You could get really crazy with this and really create some amazing scenes with the halftones and the dots and things like that. And then I'm going to place a couple of other ones here just above to really complete this kind of Miami Vice scene. Then to tie it all together, I'm going to put this texture on. I'm going to change it to Alpha Mask, which is going to knocks out the darker parts of the texture through the design. I'm going to clip it to the content, and then maybe we see what this looks like on a yellow background like this. And of course, if you want to download it, you can download it here. In the settings, you're going to want to remove your background, which you can do with this slider. And here is our completed t-shirt design that you can see we did in Kittl, ready to go. Retro sunsets always do super well, so hope you have a ton of fun with this tutorial.
Now, if you want to see other tutorials using Kittl, I have these videos here on my right that I know you're going to enjoy. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any upcoming videos and features and things like that. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video.